So we finally have Mr. Hazem Ben Gacem over the phone to talk to us about this initiative, which is the first initiative then to donate scholarships for students to go and study at the University of Tsinghua in China. Mr. Hazem Ben Gacem, welcome. It's a pleasure to have you. So you are donor for several scholarship programs. And the first question I would like to ask you is, first of all, we would like to know a little bit about you and about your career and what led you to become a scholarship program donor.
Well, first, Hayet, it's so good to hear from you, and thank you for your listeners for tuning in.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I actually don't have the most exciting of backgrounds. Tunisian from a small village called Bni Khaled.
Mm-hmm.
Went to university in the U.S. and then from there I had a long career, now close to 35 years in investments, more specifically around private equity, which is the art of buying businesses, turning them around, and then selling them. Education have always been a big passion of mine. The same way, Tunisia have always been a big passion of mine. So how can I put these two passions together in a way which hopefully will contribute to an incredible future for our country, and that's hopefully through providing scholarships to very bright and ambitious Tunisian students who would like to go and perhaps do more than the ordinary. And that's really kind of the genesis of these scholarships that today are in the States, in Europe, and very excited now in China as well.
Right. So this is the first Arab scholarship launched to support students from the Arab world at Tsinghua University in China, as it was signed on the 26th of June in presence of distinguished ambassadors, dignitaries, academic leaders who gathered at Tsinghua University to then mark the official launch of the Hazem Ben Gacem scholarship program. So what motivated this initiative and the choice of Tsinghua University in particular?
Yeah. So what motivated the choice, Madam Hayet, is I've had the pleasure over particularly the last decade or so, to spend a fair bit of time in China. And when I say a fair bit of time, at times it's as much as once a month.
Mm-hmm.
And I've truly found, just got to learn the incredible richness that country, that civilization has, and we're all in some shape or form kind of curious and quite intrigued with how China became what it is today. And a big part of it's not about low cost or whatever it is. It's really about a certain DNA and a certain culture. And for me, it just seemed incredible to be able to have the next generation of not just Tunisians but Arab students get exposure to that culture, that civilization, that part of the world, and then how they take it from there. That is probably their own initiative. So why Tsinghua? So Tsinghua is it's probably the best of the best of the best of universities that exist in China. It's usually referred to as the MIT of China. MIT being kind of the best science and technology university in the U.S., Massachusetts Institute of Technology. So I was fortunate enough to be able to have contact with the university deans and presidents and be able to introduce this concept of a scholarship to of Arab students to Tsinghua, and I'm so happy to see it come to life today.
So this initiative is open to students from the Arab world, whereas the previous initiatives, we will talk about them, were for Tunisian students. So why have you chosen it to be for the Arab world this time?
Yeah. So for two reasons, First of all, I would like to make the scholarship bigger, and that's why it's actually set for 15 students a year for the next 5 years. So that will be a total of 75 students. It's virtually impossible I take it back. I hope it won't be virtually impossible. It will likely be very difficult
Right.
to be able to galvanize 15 students from Tunisia to be able to get admitted and actually make it to China, to Tsinghua every year. So that's why I thought, the combination of perhaps expanding it to a broader population, the Arab world, but also when you look around the Arab world, there's many parts of the Arab world that truly are going through some exceptionally hard and difficult times. And perhaps this is a good way to make the scholarship open to not just Tunisians, but to those from other parts of the Arab world that perhaps they don't have access to higher education or perhaps a trajectory in their career. And so it's an absolute delight and honor to be able to contribute to them.
So this year, the program for 25-26 will support 6 students from the Arab League nations. Does the program have any political implications here?
I am the last person to ask about politics, so I can't comment on that. But here, let me talk about the program. So since the program is kicking off now, it's a bit too late for the undergraduates. So those who just finished the baccalaureate and going into university to apply. So the undergrads will kick in the 26-27 academic year.
Right.
Correct. However, for many of the graduate programs, that some of them do get started later this year, there is still the window is still open for them to apply, and that's why it will be 6 this year as of now. And as of next year, we'll go back to the 15 number.
So for the 6 who will apply this year, I mean, who can benefit from the postgrad? What are the criteria for selection?
Tsinghua University has 40 colleges. And obviously each college has its own criteria and requirements. So I think prospective students would have to go online and check what are the requirements. Now here's the one attractive and one of the reasons why I like Tsinghua. Tsinghua has a fair bit of programs and college degrees in the English language, both undergrad and grad. So the knowledge of the Chinese language is not a requirement.
Oh, that's wonderful. Right. That makes it
and
easier.
That obviously goes a long way. Of course.
Makes it easier for this part of the world. Right.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, hopefully in the next decade or two, we will have some incredible Tunisians and other Arab students who are fluent in Chinese and would like to go and continue their higher educations in the Chinese language. But I think for now, it should be, this is probably the right setup. And let's see how it plays out.
So how can people apply? And is there a deadline for application?
Again, I'm really the last person to ask about this. All I can tell you is all these universities in today's day and age, they have a very well articulated online information access. I suspect for this scholarship, it may take another few weeks for Tsinghua to be ready to kind of have all the material available online. But I would urge any interested students to go online and check. And I hope we'll fine-tune it over time, like everything when you started, the first few weeks or kind of a bit.
So they have to find scholarships for Tsinghua University in China?
No, all they have to do is apply for Tsinghua, whether it's undergraduate or graduate. So they apply to the normal course of process for whatever degree they want to do. It doesn't have to be it could be art, it could be engineering, it could be language, it could be anything, history, and
any field of study.
Any field of study, any of the 40 universities, and obviously online there will be. It will be very clearly articulated if these programs are in the English language or in the Chinese language. So students can.
Right. What impact do you hope this scholarship will have on recipients?
So, Madam Hayet, I hope, well, first of all, the impact to Tunisia, and I hope the broader Arab world, I suspect we may not see in our lifetime. I hope in the coming decades, there will be a generation of Tunisians and Arabs who have a wealth of exposure, connections, both East and West. They're both as important. And how they will use those connections, relationships, knowledge, experiences for the benefit and for the better of Tunisia and the Arab world, time will tell. But that's really it's really more, there's nothing more in this scholarship and any of the others at Oxford or Harvard than to give access to the next generation of Tunisians.
Right.
The ability to.
Mm-hmm. How does supporting education align with your personal mission and values? And what do you hope to achieve through your passion and your philanthropy?
Yeah. So, we are in Tunisia. We have learned a beautiful lesson, and that is different from many of our neighbors. We have no natural resources. We don't have oil. We don't have the
human
only thing
resources.
We have is we have the grit of our people.
Right.
And that grit needs to start with, feeding our minds, and that will give us the tools we need to go and make something out of nothing. And this is where we Tunisians are great at. And I hope that's what kind of these scholarships will provide, is the tools which many of our incredibly young and ambitious Tunisians need to have a chance in life. And it doesn't have to be business or academic. It could be any field. And I have no doubt any Tunisian in any field, they will excel and they will do exceptionally well. They just need that first kickstart.
That's right. So what aspects maybe of this scholarship are most meaningful to you?
I have, my experience in China has been incredible. I mean, don't forget, I have spent a big part of a few decades living in Europe. America has been an incredible part of my both personal and professional journey. And to me, Asia is an incredible area which we as in Tunisia and the Arab world haven't yet done as much to explore and kind of connect with. So establishing that connection east, same way we have in some shape or form done quite successfully west, is a very, very important part, I think, of who we will become in the future.
That's right.
It's not about choosing sides. It's about being available, being engaged on both sides.
Let me remind our listeners that you previously funded several scholarship programs at Harvard University, Harvard Medical School, Harvard Kennedy School as well, and Oxford University. And now it's Tsinghua. You pronounce it like this? Tsinghua University?
Tsinghua. That's right, Tsinghua University.
Tsinghua University, right. So the last question would be, what are your hopes for the future of this scholarship program?
Well, I hope whoever is on these scholarships will become incredibly successful in the years to come, and they will, on their own, create their own scholarships, significantly bigger than anything that I can afford or I can do, and they will contribute to an impact which is far beyond the little steps that myself and I'm sure others are doing.
Any other destinations that you are targeting?
Let's see. I think Harvard University, Oxford University, Tsinghua universities are
three great poles.
Exactly, and I suspect over the next decade, my focus will be on expanding.
Right.
The level of activities in those three bases.
Without forgetting that in 2017 you founded the Harvard office in Tunisia as well.
That's correct.
So
and
maybe another Chinese office in Tunisia.
It will be a pleasure, actually. What I noticed is there aren't any centers of Middle Eastern studies, centers of Islamic civilization studies in Asia. And it will be truly and incredible to be able to perhaps contribute to a substantial center of Arab studies and Islamic civilization studies in Asia, whether it's Tsinghua or Beijing University. The same way Harvard University has one and St. Anthony's College of Oxford has one.
Well, all the best of luck, and thank you so much, Mr. Hazem Ben Gacem, for this beautiful initiative. So 6 students then will benefit from a scholarship over 5 years, right?
It's actually 15 students over the next 5 years.
15 students over the next 5 years, right. For this year?
Per year for the next 5 years.
Right, and for this year, the support is for 5 students. 6, sorry,
so
6
6
students.
This year, 2025, and then we'll kick off with 15 from next year for the following until 2031.
Right.
15 per year for the next 5 years.
Whatever the field of study.
Exactly. Whatever they want, university is there. Just go and have fun and learn.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. All the best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hayet.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for having me.
You're
Bye-bye.
welcome. Bye-bye.
If you want something to play with, go and find yourself a toy. Baby, my time is too expensive, and I'm not a little boy. If you are serious